Have you ever met someone who just seems unshakable, no matter what's going on? Deadlines, drama, disappointments. They stay calm, grounded, and even kind. They don't suppress their emotions. They just seem to handle them differently. And then there's the rest of us, caught in cycles of overthinking, snapping when we're tired, saying things we don't mean, or drowning in stress we can't explain. What separates those two groups isn't luck, or personality, or even experience. It's something deeper, something called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, isn't about being soft or overly sensitive. It's about being aware, balanced, and wise with your emotions. It's about understanding yourself and others so you can respond, not react. Most of us are taught how to solve problems, make money, or pass exams. But no one teaches us how to handle rejection, how to sit with sadness, how to stay patient when life doesn't go our way. We spend years learning math and grammar, but not how to deal with guilt, anxiety, or loneliness. That's why emotional intelligence feels like a superpower. Let's uncover how it works and how you can build it step by step to change not just how you feel, but how you live. It starts with self-awareness. You can't change what you don't understand. Most people move through life on emotional autopilot, feeling angry, jealous, or stressed without asking where those emotions come from. Self-awareness is the moment you pause and say, wait, what's really happening inside me? It's noticing that when someone criticizes you, your stomach tightens. That when you feel ignored, you suddenly want to withdraw. It's realizing that you're not mad about the traffic. You're mad about feeling powerless. You're not jealous of someone's success. You're scared you'll never have your own. When you can name your feelings honestly, they lose their power over you. Because what you can name, you can manage. Once you understand yourself, the next step is self-regulation, the ability to manage your emotions instead of letting them manage you. Think about it like this. Your emotions are waves. They rise, they crash, they fade. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Self-regulation isn't pretending you're fine when you're not. It's pausing long enough to respond with intention instead of impulse. It's the deep breath before sending that angry text. It's choosing silence when words would only make things worse. It's understanding that calm is not weakness. It's power under control. Emotionally intelligent people don't ignore their emotions. They navigate them. They know when to speak up and when to walk away. They can sit in discomfort without letting it define them. Then there's motivation, but not the kind that depends on praise, rewards, or caffeine. True motivation comes from meaning, from doing things that align with who you are. People with high emotional intelligence find drive even in difficulty. When things go wrong, they don't spiral into self-pity. They look for the lesson. They see failure not as a dead end, but as feedback. That's what keeps them moving forward while others give up, because their motivation is internal. It's not about looking successful. It's about becoming better. Now, let's talk about empathy, the quiet strength of feeling what others feel without losing yourself. Empathy isn't about fixing people or carrying their pain. It's about understanding them. It's looking at someone's anger and seeing the hurt underneath. It's realizing that someone's coldness might actually be fear. When you develop empathy, your relationships change. You stop taking everything personally. You start listening more than you speak. You connect deeper because you understand that everyone is fighting silent battles. And then there's social intelligence, the art of connecting with others in healthy, respectful, and inspiring ways. People with high EQ are like emotional mirrors. They can walk into a tense room and instantly bring peace. They can communicate difficult truths without aggression. They can disagree without disrespect. They don't use manipulation to win. They use understanding to connect. And that's what makes them natural leaders, trusted friends, and grounded partners. But here's the beautiful part. Emotional intelligence isn't fixed. You can develop it, no matter who you are, where you come from, or what you've been through. It grows through awareness, reflection, and small, daily choices. Here are a few ways to start building it right now. First, Practice naming your emotions in real time. Instead of saying, "I'm just stressed," ask, "Am I anxious? Am I afraid? Am I overwhelmed?" The more specific you are, the more control you gain. Naming emotion is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you can see what you're dealing with. Second, don't rush to fix your emotions. Our culture tells us to stay positive, but sometimes you just need to feel. Let sadness speak. Let anger tell its story. Every emotion has a message. If you listen, it'll pass on its own. Third, respond, don't react. When something triggers you, pause for 3 seconds, breathe. Ask yourself, what outcome do I really want here? That small moment of awareness can change everything. It's where emotional maturity begins. Fourth, practice empathy daily. The next time someone cuts you off, before labeling them rude, imagine what kind of day they might be having. When a friend snaps, ask what's really going on instead of snapping back. Empathy transforms judgment into understanding, and understanding builds peace. Fifth, choose environments that support your calm. It's hard to regulate your emotions in chaos. Surround yourself with people and spaces that nurture peace, even if it means saying no more often. Emotional intelligence thrives in stillness. And finally, remember that emotional intelligence is a journey, not a finish line. Some days you'll be calm and grounded. Other days you'll fall apart, and that's okay. Growth isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, recovery, and compassion for yourself and others. Let's be honest, the world needs more emotionally intelligent people. People who listen before they speak, who can disagree without hate, who can feel deeply without losing control. Imagine a world where people didn't lash out when hurt, where leaders paused before reacting, where parents taught their children not to fear emotions but to understand them. That world starts with you. One reaction, one choice, one breath at a time. Emotional intelligence doesn't make you emotionless. It makes you emotionally free. When you can feel anger without letting it poison your peace, that's freedom. When you can cry without shame, that's strength. When you can be vulnerable and still stand tall, that's wisdom. You start realizing that your emotions aren't enemies, they're messengers. Anger tells you what you value. Fear tells you what you care about. Sadness tells you what you've lost. Joy tells you what you love. When you listen, they guide you home, back to who you are. So take a moment today to pause. Feel what you feel. Breathe through it. Write about it. Talk about it, but most of all, honor it. Because the more you understand your emotions, the more you'll understand life itself. And one day, you'll look back and realize something powerful. It wasn't the world that became easier. It was you who became stronger. You became calm in chaos. You became grounded in storms. You became emotionally intelligent, and that changed everything.